Hey, what's up everybody? Tom here again playing Kerbal Space Program, and today I've got some micro vertical takeoff and landing aircraft, not just one, but 10 to show you, and I'm going to fly them in a squadron. If this works, we'll see. So I've cut just to the vertical engines, and I'm using KRPC and a control program in the background to apply the flight telemetry from the lead plane. This guy I've named lead, and it will be applied to the rest of the vessels in the squadron. So you can see that's working, and if I tilt forward, they're all going to tilt forward, and if I pull up the gear or the wheels, in that case, oh shit, hang in there. They recovered. Pull up. Alright, we'll go with those guys. They should pick up just fine. I'm going to tilt forward again. So this is working. It's insane, but it's working. Yeah, so I've got the micro VTOL. Let's all turn. Oh, okay. Let's all turn toward the Space Center. Everybody's with me. Even those little guys? Yeah, everybody's with me. Let's kick in the forward engine on all aircraft. I'm just so amazed that this is working. Look at them all go. And I'm going to cut the vertical engines. Jebediah is having a great time. And we're going to go... I'm going to orient these guys toward the Space Center. So all I have to do is really point Jeb at that little dot on the horizon. And we're going to try to fly over there and land vertically. See, that looks pretty decent to me. Yeah, that looks pretty decent. The other cool thing, alright, so I'm flying with all 10 dudes. That guy's a little low on the bottom, and that guy on the back, but everybody made it. The stuff back there is my detachment rig, which I'll show you. Oh, these guys bumped into each other. But they are recovering. The other cool thing that I implemented in the flight control program is like kind of a steady state autopilot mode on the squadron. So if I hit 7, which I just did, the squad is going to slow down and stay level. Well, as the lead, I can turn and do whatever I want. So I can go down, say like, if I want to check on this guy, what's he up to? Doing just fine. And if I want to go back up, whoop, or not crash, that would be like goal number 1. But you can see that the whole squadron is staying steady. I think I have the throttle cut to 60% of max, so I'm at 100%, which gives me a little bit of leeway to maneuver around the squadron and say like, if I wanted to, I'm driving in reverse right now, let me just pull toward the Space Center again, and if I cut my throttle down, and I kind of bank in, these guys should catch up with me. Yep, here they come. Flying in reverse. So this kind of lets you act like a little shepherd for your squadron. If you lose them, you can level them out and then come back in and You can see I'm pretty much matching speed with them now. That dude on the bottom is so low, so he might not make it all the way. We'll see. Have to be kind of careful once we get to the Space Center. But now we're getting closer, and this is a pretty solid line. I'm going to slow down a little bit further just to show you a little bit more of the control algorithm. I want those guys to catch up with me. Here they come. Okay, so now we should all be pretty solid. And if I hit 7 again, now they'll flip back into lead, follow the leader mode. And pick up throttle. And now I will bank. You can see that everybody's turning. Let's do like a vertical pull up a little bit, because that dude was so low down there. He's pulling up. This is actually working really well. And the farther you go, the more likely these guys are going to get out of sync and gain some distance from each other. But you can see my squadron of micro VTOLs is actually making its way toward the Space Center, which is pretty sweet. I don't want to go any lower unless I want to lose that dude on the bottom right. So I'm going to hit 7 again and let those guys just fly on their own. And I can break off, which is so cool. I don't remember when I thought of that. But it's a cool addition, and it lets you regain control if you ever lose. If you ever want to redirect the squadron and kind of pull yourself back into the pack, kind of like I'm doing here. Now if I hit 7 again, you'll see they'll just pick up and they should just hit my roll direction, and now they're just tailing me. I'm going to hit 7 again because I'm going too fast. I'm going to loop around. There they go. Whoa, okay, I'm really looping around. So we're almost at the Space Center now. I'll catch up with these guys, and then we will, let's see, I'm actually gonna pull in lead control now, and we'll try to pull them over. Just aim. The cool thing is I can aim myself toward the Space Center, and I know they're all gonna head that way. Pull up because that guy's low. Let's hit 7 again. And the other thing I have is action groups synchronized, so that when I hit 1, you'll see all the vertical engines come on. That's a vertical action group. And when I hit 2, you'll see the horizontal engines stop and the verticals are kicking in. So this is all pretty sweet. And let's try. So they're in kind of the steady autopilot mode. let's try going into lead control mode. Let's get ourselves closer to the Space Center and try to land on some of the buildings. See how many jets from the squad we can get onto Space Center buildings. There's one dude up there. Okay. The cool thing about the physics engine is that it actually, if you're in the exhaust wake of another plane, it will push you around like you saw at the beginning of the video. So you don't want to be caught under another jet when you're taking off or landing vertically, because it's not going to go well. So I'm going to set myself down, cut throttle down to about 2/3 of maximum, and I'm going to try to set myself down onto the main Space Center building. And if you look at the nav ball, you can tell you're approaching 0 forward velocity when your prograde indicator starts to drift. So if you want to like go backward, there you go. Now I'm pretty much zeroed. Going a little forward, that should be okay. And we will slowly start to drop down. But we made it with everybody, all 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Somebody else. 10. There you go. So all 10. Let's get the nav ball back. Need to go slightly forward. A little bit back. I'm coming down nice and steady. Oh, just made it. Oh God. Sort of just made it. Okay, I just maxed out the throttle. I'm gonna try to land again. I came in a little too short. Everybody is landing. Almost. Except they're all following me, so everyone's taking off again. Okay, I'm going to go to about 1/4 or 2/3 again. Everybody's going a little right. Let's all try to land again. This time a little bit closer. It worked. Okay, come on, go, 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 go. Oh, get on there. It worked. Okay. And you want to level, stay level, go down a little bit. Okay, everybody landed, and if we take a look at other vessels in the squad, you're good. You're good. Who's this? Shelkus. What's this guy doing? You're on top of the aircraft hangar. Earlton. Oh, wow. You are in a precarious position early. But the cool thing is they're going to try to level out because I'm level as the lead. And land right there. It's amazing. Technology. Sort of. Let's cut the throttle. Just chill, just chill. You're good, you're good. The other thing about this design, the landing gear can take a reasonable amount of impact. Oh man, because I'm not the lead, it's not going to pick up the throttle change. That's what's going on there. So I need to find the guy I renamed lead, which I think is piloted by Jeb. And I might have already cycled through him. There we go. So now everybody should be following Jeb. And if we wanted to, we could take off again. I'll show you how this thing works. Let me flip back to the Space Center, or the spaceplane hangar. And you can see I've got an I-beam rig and all 10 vessels on the rig, and some detachment mechanisms here. The aircraft itself is just a Juno engine pointing vertically and one horizontally, very finely balanced so that it can take off vertically. I'm going to kill my webcam so I can get to the desert airfield, and let's launch over there. Okay, so it takes a while to load all 10 vessels and parts with my crappy computer. The way you do this, hit the brakes to make sure nobody's moving around, activate the Juno engines, and activate the decoupler on this I-beam attachment mechanism. And the Separatrons send that thing flying, and you've magically got yourself 10 micro vertical takeoff and landing aircraft on the runway. What I've done in other situations is add a unique part to identify the lead aircraft. In this case, if you just rename the vessel to the lead, that's all I have to do. I'm going to pop in and out to reset the control algorithm. I'll add stability control, hit 2 to cut the engines, so when I hit 2 the action groups are synchronized and that will cut. You can kind of hear it in the audio. And then when I increase throttle, vertical engines should be active on all of the squad. Sounds like they are. Looks like they are. And then, I don't even really need all you need to do is like stay level, and you can see that these guys are starting, he's going a little bit too far forward. Everybody's starting to take off. Let's go. It's working. Those guys are... So it's a little tight, and you could definitely end up in a situation where you're bumping into each other and knocking people around like we saw before. But if you're careful... Oh yeah, hit G, pulling the gear for everybody. That guy's gonna get blown down. He might crash. He recovered. That is so cool. You're cool. Oh yeah, he made it. Awesome. Alright. That guy got tipped, but he should recover. So on average, so far we get 2 people bumped out of the squadron on takeoff. Again, if you hit 2, that will fire up all the engines. Oh, that's so cool. Micro VTOL. And if I hit 1, you'll see those plumes start to die off right away, because those are synchronized. And now we're in full autopilot mode. Let's do like a vertical climb to close this out. You can see I'm turning relatively faster than my squadron. But that's pretty much it. If you like this, subscribe, like the video, check out my Patreon link if you want to help fund my new computer that must be funded by fans, and my actual income has to go toward my kids' college fund, expenses, etc. So check out Patreon if you want to give me your money, and I will buy a new computer exclusively for more crazy Kerbal videos. These dudes are leveling out. We'll see what I come up with next. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks, everybody.